Hey guys, welcome to some Thursday evening reading sprints. I will let some people get in here, but I'm very tired today. I don't know why. I just feel extra tired, but I have some big reading plans, so I'm excited to get into some reading tonight. As you're joining, as you're popping in, let me know what you are reading or what you're up to in the comments. I had some technical difficulties before getting started, so we are good to go and getting into things. These sprints are specifically, they're for anybody, but they are specifically for the Phantom Romance Readathon. So if you are here because of the Readathon, let me know what team you're on. And yeah, we'll get a little bit of excitement for that. If you don't know what the Readathon is, it is for the entire month of September. It's for any genre, but you get bonus points for reading romance, and it's a competitive team-based readathon for, you just, whatever you're reading, you get points for, and then as a team, you are trying to win the hand of Christine Daae, the main character in the story of the Phantom of the Opera. And yeah, it is a very, very exciting readathon, created by Maggie's Books and Stuff. I will have everybody linked. I have to add everything in the description, but I will have Maggie linked and all the information you need for the readathon in the description so that you know where to find everything. There is a Discord, that's where it's primarily run out of, so make sure that you are joining that if you want to participate and aren't in it already. It is already off to a really fun start. We're only a couple of days in and things are wild. Things are crazy already. But I'm very excited. Looks like we've got a couple people in here. Hello, I'm reading The Wolf Gift by Anna Rice, doing my own reading challenge. Very nice. I hope you're enjoying it. Hi, Holly. Thanks for joining. Hello, I hope everyone is enjoying the readathon so far. Yes, having so much fun. We have lots of co-hosts and phantoms that are helping to lead the charge and keep things very interesting. And I have a feeling that things are just going to keep getting more and more twisted as we go on. Hi, Nikki. Are you guys reading anything? What are you getting into tonight? I'm reading This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune, and I'm loving it. I love this. I have not read this one. I've seen so many people talk about it, but it has not made its way onto my list yet. We'll see. Hi, 83% into Quiet Beautiful Things by Samantha Christie, hoping to finish. We love finishing books, honestly. It's such a good feeling to finish a book and put it down. But I hope you're liking it. 83%, I'm sure you probably have kind of an idea of where you're going with it. Ooh, might join you if you're getting some finished making dinner. Yeah, feel free to jump on. I will probably jump into a sprint pretty soon, pretty early on, but we'll hopefully see you in a little bit. Nestlings won my poll in Mel's Discord, so I'll probably be starting that during these sprints. Very nice. I just finished Horror Movie earlier today. I need to read this one still. I planned on reading it like a month ago, and obviously that didn't happen. So I think I'm just going to wait and read it in October for October season, spooky season. It's here. It is here, but reading wise, it's like almost here for me. So I think I'm holding off till October, but I really want to read that. But I also need to read Nestlings. I haven't read that one yet either, but I hope you like it, because I've heard a bunch of people who have loved it. It's very good. I am glad to hear that. I love this. I really liked all her books, contrary to what I had heard. I'm glad I read them. That's really good to know, contrary to what I heard. But yeah, I'm glad that you're liking it. I haven't read anything from her yet, but I do plan to at some point, hopefully. It was really good. I hope you love it. I hope so too. I'm so nervous because I feel like that one has been kind of hit or miss for people, but it still makes me like very excited. And I don't know, there's something about because I have the hard copy And like something about the weird, like plasticky feel of the dust jacket, I'm obsessed with it. I don't know why, because I feel like I should hate it. But instead of, you know how like most dust jackets, like they all feel the same, but the horror movie one feels different. Like it's, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's made of, but it feels different and I love it. I just started, I'm starting 2 books today, but I started a almost 700 page fantasy earlier. I don't even know what it's called. What is it? The Dragon Bone Chair, Tad Williams. Yeah, I am not very far into that one yet, and I don't think it's a good idea to try to read it this late in the evening. So instead, I'm starting Apprentice to the Villain. I have had the audio for like 2 weeks, and it my audio hold runs up in a couple days, so I need to read this. And not that I've been putting it off because I've been excited to read it, but it just keeps getting like pushed back and pushed back because of other things that I had deadlines for. So I need to read this like now. So that's what I'm going to do because I know that this one's going to keep me awake and invested. I want to get the Barnes & Noble edition of it. It is so cool. I don't know like if they sold out of them or something, or if I think they did a reprint maybe. Because I think at one point they were out of them and then they had to do a reprint for it. But yeah, it's like such a weird feeling. Like the cover feels extra plasticky, but something about it I really love. Yes, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to get into it. I've been meaning to read it. Plus, I assume you were talking about Apprentice to the Villain, but Hannah Nicole Mayer is going to be at an event near me in October, and I want to have had this book read before that event. Good luck with your buddy cram of that one. Yeah, the buddy cram is real. The good news is I got the audio and the ebook for it, for the Dragon Bone Chair. So that's going to help me move faster through it. But the narrator has an accent that makes me have to slow it down a little bit in order to like comprehend what is being said. Because it's also like epic fantasy kind of deal. So there's a lot to process and follow along. And I'm a visual reader. So if I can't picture what's happening at the speed that I'm reading, I'm in trouble. So this one, I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But honestly, the odds of me, because it's all for the Broken Binding sign up, and honestly, the odds of me delaying it are very real because I don't think I'm gonna like this one enough to commit to the whole series. But it's fine. It's fine. Okay, just gonna pull up here. So I have the timer ready. I feel like a lot of the older epic fantasy audios are kind of rough. I hope it's not too bad. It doesn't so far. I think I'm like 3 chapters in maybe. And it's not bad. Like the audio itself is not bad. I if I have any issue with getting through it, it's the writing itself, which again, and the writing is not bad. It's just a different style than I am used to because it is like a little bit older. But yeah, epic fantasy is very hit or miss for me in general. But yeah, the accent on the narration just means that I have to read it a little bit slower to make sure I'm not missing anything. And there's a lot of like names of things that are, let me just say, I'm really glad that I have the audio because if my eyeballs were trying to read the words and pronounce them in my head, it wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen. As the audio's going, I'm like, oh, that's what it's supposed to be pronounced like, which happens all the time for books, but it's like every other page in this book. So it's interesting, but we'll see. I think I'm like 5% into it right now, which is not very far into an almost 700 page book, but it's fine. It's totally fine. At least I know I'm not the only one that's not struggling, because I don't think Mel started it yet, but at least I'm not the only one that's trying, and I'm not alone in this journey, but we'll see how long it lasts. Okay. I think we will jump into the first sprint, and I'll get the details put into the description, links for everything. But I'll go ahead and pull this up. We're going to start with a 45-minute one. And then, oh, Rachel started it tonight. Okay, perfect. Perfect. I have to go check the Discord. I was like eating dinner and everything, so I haven't been in the Discord recently, but I will have to go check that so I can keep up, because yeah, I'm nervous for it, but so far I'm 5% and I haven't given up yet, so that's, it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start the timer, so I will see you guys in 45 minutes. Happy reading. Welcome back, everyone, and hello to
Yeah.
Steph. Thank you for joining.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, let me know, everybody in the comments, what you're up to, what you're reading, how you did during that sprint. What are you reading?
Well, I finished Something Wilder because I had like 2 chapters left, and
Nice.
then I am continuing in I keep forgetting the name. Diamond in the Dark, which is a dark mafia why choose.
Ooh,
romance.
very nice, very nice. I made it 41 pages into Apprentice to the Villain. I had no memory of what happened in the first book. I probably should have done a refresher because there was no summary. Sometimes they do like a brief little like as the story starts, they're kind of like reminding you of what happened. Then that didn't happen. I had no idea. I was like,
They just
great,
throw you in.
thrown right in here. I got no clue. It's coming back to me, but it did take quite a while to remember anything.
I've had that first one on my TBR for so long. It's just sitting here staring at me. And I've yet to read it.
It's a very like when I read it the first time, like it's a cozy romantasy. Like it's nothing like epic, nothing like crazy. It just feels very like it's like a little bit slower moving, but like it had me like fully like obsessed when I read the first one.
I know so many people love it, so
yeah.
I need to
I
get
don't know
to
what
it soon.
is, but it's very good. Like it just feels like a nice, like simple, like it's not hard to understand. Like it's very simply written, simply like everything. And I'm very excited to read the second one now.
Have you read Dreadful?
I haven't.
That one's another cute, like cozier fantasy. It's about like this dreadlord who like wakes up and doesn't remember that he was a dreadlord. And like he's got a princess locked in his castle, but he can't figure out why she's there. And like the whole thing is him just bumbling around trying to figure out what is going on.
I love that. I love that. Definitely
So
I'm gonna add that to my list so that I can look into that one. Well, let's see here. Got 24 pages of the Stardust Girl read. Didn't mean to enter. That happens all the time. I hope you're liking it. 24 pages is great. Hello, reading Phantasma. I'm really enjoying it so far. That book sounds so good. I didn't realize that it wasn't out yet. Like when I was looking into it last month to put it on my TBR, like I didn't realize it wasn't even out yet. And I think did it come out on the 3rd maybe? Or it's coming out very soon, but
yeah, it was one of the book of the month choices, but
yeah,
I don't know what day it actually released.
88%, very nice. You're getting so close, so close to finishing. Dinner sprint for me. Did listen to a little of The Hollow since I already started, and actually didn't have energy to start a new book. Starting The Nestlings tomorrow morning. Honestly, that's fair. That is totally fair. I don't know. Like last night, I stayed up way later than I had intended to because I was reading Not Another Love Song by Julie Soto. And I got to that point where it's like, I can't not finish it tonight. Like there's no point in me waiting till tomorrow, but also I'm going to regret it when I have to wake up for work in the morning, having like no sleep.
Yep.
It's fine. It's fine. So yeah, definitely if you don't have the energy to start it, just wait. Just hold off. Nestlings can wait. Hi, Emma. Just joined. Do not know what I'll be reading. Just finished a book, so I might not read something. That's fair.
Little break.
Yeah. 24 pages. Very nice. Finished my book. 5 stars. I love this. About to start Where He Can't Find You. I love that book.
I haven't read that one. I've been working my way through her backlog, but
they're so good. Like she's one of my favorite authors. Definitely one of my favorite like horror authors, but that book, I wasn't sure what to think because it's like her first YA, I think. And like it does have a different vibe than a lot of the other ones, but it was so good.
I think Hunted was one of my favorites by her so far.
Ooh, I haven't read that one yet.
That one's like creature feature.
Okay. I think I have it. Yeah, I have it. I just haven't read it. So maybe I need that one might go on my October TBR. Feels like Darcy Coates season.
Yep.
Definitely. I've been I loaned From Below to my sister, and then I gave Dead of Winter to my mom, and they both read them and really liked them, so I just made them switch.
There you go.
And so I'm getting both of them in on the Darcy Coates hype.
Yes. I love her books. They're so good.
Yes. I just read that one, Holly. Hope you love it. Yes. Oh, it's so good. That's the one I read in February for 72 hours. And like, even if I wasn't reading like nonstop for an entire weekend, I would have still like wanted to read it nonstop. Like I didn't. It was so good. It came out on the 3rd. Okay, but I already had it from NetGalley. Yeah, I did not get the NetGalley. I also didn't request it until like a week before it came out, so I wasn't surprised not to get it in time. But yeah, I thought it had come out like very early in the month, so I don't get Book of the Month anymore. But I should have because now I don't have a copy. It's fine.
Yeah. I've been thinking about canceling Book of the Month, honestly. I haven't been very impressed by the choices lately.
Yeah, I think I kept getting it through, I think March was because they were delayed in getting their book of the year out. And I wanted to get the like free book of the year. So I kept it going until then. And then I canceled. I just like, yeah, I haven't really paid attention to any, like, they don't seem to have any books that are ones that I want or books that I like already pre-ordered for like basically the same price. Like they're not, it's not any cheaper than getting it normally for some of them.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I've loved all of her books. Dead of Winter is my fave of the ones I've read. I love this. Yeah, Dead of Winter feels more of like a thriller to me than horror, like compared to the other ones. But it was still so good. Like it was still fun. And like, I don't know, isolated setting is like one of my favorite things for like thrillers or horror. And that one was so good. Hello, opera singers. Hey, Nat. Cancel Book of the Month.
Or Book of the Month, The Slander.
Yep.
Do you
like,
do
I have
artwork or anything then?
I don't. I've been getting a lot of like special edition book boxes instead. And so like I kind of traded those out. I checked out Aardvark at one point, but I didn't end up getting anything from it. It's the same thing with Book of the Month is like a lot of times I would find myself just like picking ones because I had the credit for it, but not because I wanted it. And so like there was just no point in me keeping it.
That's kind of where I'm at.
Like,
the only book box I do get is Twisted Retreat, and I have I think the entire thing since it started, except for 2 books. I've been trying, like, I have a pretty much complete collection.
Amazing. Yeah, I don't have Twisted Retreat. I've been collecting more and more over time, but I have all the Illumicrate ones. Like I have the fantasy and the romance and the horror one. And then I've been kind of like trying out a couple different ones this year to see like which styles I like, of like the special, like the designs of them. So I've like tried Fairy Loot and Owl Crate and Bookish and like stuff like that. And kind of trying them out for a bit, and we'll see how many I keep versus, because like they do rack up when you have
I've noticed a lot of them are doing duplicates too. Like how many versions of Serpents and the Wings of Night do we need? Not 10.
So true. Well, no, like that is so true. And I tried to like, I've been trying a lot harder this year to track them, like as I add like new subscriptions. Oops. As I add subscriptions on, I'm like keeping track of them ahead of time, like before the renewal, which when I only had like Illumicrate ones, I was like, oh, it's fine. Whatever they have, I'll just take it. But now that multiple boxes, I'm like, I should probably be more selective of like which ones, like what books they're going to have, and like actually go from there. And I've noticed that like I don't think it's many of the ones that I have that are duplicates of each other, but I have noticed that like they're duplicates of other boxes that I just don't get.
Yeah. That's the biggest one I keep seeing everywhere. And I'm like, how many versions? Like, it's a good book. I'm not saying it's a bad book. And just, we don't need this many.
Yeah. At this point, it's like they can be like the individual like orders for it. But like if you put it as a monthly box, like a monthly book, then it's like, okay, now everybody's going to have 4 copies.
Yeah.
But I get it. Cause like if it is a like largely accepted, like popular book, then you know it's going to be successful.
Yeah. They went in on the hype.
Yeah. Yes. Hello, hello. Fellow opera singers. Woo! I love it. I've been tempted to get Twisted Fate's Bookbox, but not done it yet. It's sometimes I feel like, especially the ones that have wait lists, I'm like, why not just put myself on the wait list and see what happens? But then I get off the wait list, and then I feel like the pressure is like, well, now I have to sign up for it because I waited all this time, even though like I have kind of like been reining back a little bit and being more selective, but the temptation is real. And if you put yourself on a wait list, like, yeah, I feel like the idea of getting off a wait list means like, well, now I have to commit because I waited for this.
Yeah. I put myself on was it Evernight?
Mm-hmm.
But then like I got it. And then like by the time it was like the shipping from the UK and everything else, it was like gonna be $50 a month. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, I'm hoping because they just shifted a lot of their stuff to US, but not Evernight yet. And I'm like, please do that, because like
That's the one I want.
Crate Box, the Illumicrate, and the Afterlight Romance, they're both shipped from US. So it's like shipping is so much cheaper. But Evernight is still like, at least it's quarterly, so it's not that like it's not as often, but it's still like it is more expensive than pretty much any of the other ones now.
Yeah.
I'll be finishing a horror movie. Chapter 18 was something. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. That makes me nervous. I'll forget. By the time I read it, I'll forget that you said anything about chapter 18 anyway. I didn't pay attention to the chapter number. Yes, the Discord chat on horror movie will be real. I did order the Crowns of Naxia set from okay. The thing is, when there's like a set, that's so much more tempting, because it's really hard to order like one book by itself if you like might not be able to get the other one.
Mm-hmm.
It's so like the like Powerless and Reckless, like I loved those books, and it just sucks because there's so many special editions coming out, but I'm like, it's not a complete series yet. Like you're putting out like a set of like the first 2 plus the novella, but book 3 is not out. So like, couldn't you have waited? Like just wait till all of them, and then you can have a nice like full set. But it's fine.
Or when they break up sets, like they did like sometimes with the Bridgerton books and stuff, where it's like the first 4 books and then the second 4 come later. But what if you don't get the second 4 and you're just stuck with like half a set? It's
right.
Weird.
Or you don't get access to the first half, but you get the second half, and you're like, well, I want them, but also like, what if I can't? Because then you have to try to find someone who's selling it for like
at a ridiculous markup, I'm sure.
Yeah, not twice as much. Oh, that's the worst. Occasionally you can find them for pretty good deals, like on Pango, but yeah, usually they're just ridiculously overpriced. But I don't blame you for buying this set because the sets are harder to pass up because especially if it's like a complete, which I don't know if that one is it a like the I know the series like that storyline's not done, but is the next book going to be about the same characters? I'm not sure.
I thought so, but I could be
saw
wrong.
somewhere that someone had said like, "Oh, but it's not going to be about the same characters," and I was like, I don't remember ever hearing that, and I don't know. Like, I forgot to actually look it up to like, figure out what was real. But when I saw that, I was like, okay, if you say so.
I'm also irritated that I have like the hardcover indie versions, but now they're not going to be indie anymore. So my third book is going to be like way shorter than the rest of them.
Yes. Yeah, they are. I have the like traditional hardcover that came out. Like, I think the hardcover just for the second one came out like 2 months ago or something. And that's the version I have. But it's even annoying because like the novella that goes in between them is like 2 inches taller.
Yeah, so all my books are that novella size, and now
Yeah.
my third book is going to be this itty bitty thing.
Oh, it's like I get it, but also why?
It's so frustrating.
I'm loving horror movie. You should read it. I cannot wait. I will be reading it hopefully in October. Do not click any of the spoilers. You know how like clicking is just so fun. Like when you see a spoiler, you
have to reveal it.
You have to look at it. But I will hold myself back because I don't want to spoil myself. Hello, almost 50% through our Werewolf's Guide to Seducing a Vampire. Very nice. I hope you're liking it. Definitely can't wait to hear your thoughts. Yes, I will be sure to share my thoughts eventually when I get to it, but I will honestly, with the way my brain is working tonight, I will probably forget that this conversation even happened, and I'll forget that there are spoilers. So like it's fine. If I don't look at the chat, I'll forget that it's there.
There you go.
I'll only go for special editions of my favorite books. Recently, I bought the special edition of Michael Myers' Halloween book for $50. First of all, that is a good rule of like only buying like your favorite books. I should probably do that, but I love Michael Myers. Like Halloween was one of my favorite.
He's my favorite
series.
too.
I literally, I think it's on the floor right here. I just bought a t-shirt for Halloween this year. And it came in the mail today.
That's amazing.
Like, it's so funny. And I got it, like, it's like this weird, it's not like a normal t-shirt material. It's almost, like, it almost feels like a workout shirt, but, like, not. I don't know. But anyway.
My husband bought me this, but it didn't come in yet. Oh, it's not going to focus.
Oh,
it's Michael in a blanket, but it says even baddies get saddies.
Amazing.
You just ordered it like 2 days ago. I'm like, can it just be here already?
I love that. Michael Myers is iconic, and I love it. I ordered book 3 in the Axie series from Black Snow because they measure to be the same size as the indie versions. Oh, interesting. That will be everybody's solution, I guess.
Know where I'm ordering mine.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that I don't have the indie versions, but also I'm so annoyed by the novella being. I mean, I know it is being traditionally published, so like it probably is going to be the same size, but do I want to buy a second copy of it? Maybe. To match, maybe.
Yeah, just sell the other one on Pango.
Yeah. That's honestly what I do whenever, like, if I really want something to match, I will just buy it. Like, I'll buy a duplicate in the right size, and then I'll sell the other one on Pango.
The things we do for an aesthetic bookshop.
Mm-hmm. Truly. I'm so bad at clicking them too. I just want to see what's behind what's behind the like black box. I appreciate that they have the function for spoilers, but also they are not effective for me. I just will click it anyway. I will get the link and put it in the chat in the Discord and tell you guys. It was for the 50th anniversary of Halloween. Amazing. Amazing. I didn't even know there was a book, first of all.
Neither did I.
So like this makes me excited, but also I shouldn't buy it, but also I will.
Because yeah, now that I know it exists.
Right.
I have to have it.
I hope the measuring is correct. It better be. I really hope so too. Like I hope that this is going to work, because that's going to be the worst feeling if it shows up and it's like even the worst. I think it's worse than when they're like drastically different is when it's like a half an inch or like, you know, like 2 millimeters off and you're like
really, you couldn't.
Like I think there was a series that I got, and actually it might be Butcher and Blackbird and Leather and Lark, and like Leather and Lark was like a millimeter taller, and I was like, how did this happen? And why?
That's awful.
Because I don't like like how it's like so close that it's painful of like how different it is.
I feel like it happens a lot for the ones that like get printed from Amazon. Like I don't know what they do. Everything they print is like just off by like a millimeter.
Like this is outrageous. Like I get it, but also I just want my books. Like if they're supposed to be the same size, I want them to be the same size. Hello. Thanks for joining. How is it in Phantom World?
A lot of chaos today.
Yeah, I feel like today, you know, after the auction, I feel like things kind of just whew.
Yeah, things are spiraling. Like I can't be away from Discord for more than like 5 minutes and I come back to like 20 new messages between all the different teams.
Right. Because because you're like able to be in all of them, so you're seeing when like everything is happening. I feel the same way like with my chat, and it's just one team. Sometimes I'm like, obviously there's breaks where you like come back and you know nothing's happening, but I'm like, okay, I need to like go eat dinner, or like I'm working and I'm like, what's happening and what's gonna be like exploding
all day. My phone's just like bloop bloop bloop. I'm like, calm down, y'all. Don't you work?
Yep. I like have like some of the notifications will pop up like while I'm working, and I have to keep like dismissing them in order to keep doing my stuff. I'm like, don't get distracted. Don't get distracted.
Yeah, it's hard though, because you're nosy and you want to know what's happening because the drama of it all.
Exactly. Waking up, the auction chaos was wild. It spent so long catching up. Yeah, it was a lot to wake up to and try to process. And then just like the after effects of it, like just everything. Every time something happens or like a deadline comes for something, it's all going to be chaos.
There's a lot of things happening.
I need to turn off my notification. My phone is dinging constantly, right? I learned a long time ago to silence my like Discord notifications, like completely, like no sound notifications for anything. But I might be getting to a point where I have to turn off the like computer notification, like even like the like pop-up box, because I'm like I can't focus when I keep seeing the messages pop up and it's like, oh, I should go respond, but
it gets really distracting.
Yeah. Okay, I think we might head into another sprint. I think I'm gonna do another 45-minute one if that's cool with you.
Works for me.
Cool. I'll bring that up and then I will see everybody in 45 minutes.
Sounds good.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. How did you do that sprint? Let me know what you're up to. I'm 93 pages into Apprentice of the Villain, and I finally know what's happening.
Nice. You're making quick work of that one.
Yeah, it's a very quick, a very simple, quick read. I don't love the audiobook. It feels very choppy, and I can't sometimes it the speed does change that, but this one I don't think that slowing it down would make it any less choppy. So there was a point where I was like, do I just give up on the audio and just, but I can't do that. My eyeballs do not read by themselves very well these days. So I'm still going to use the audio, but it is very it just feels like the sentences, the inflection is kind of off. It's like trying to end a sentence in the middle of a sentence, and I don't know, it's just very weird.
Weird.
But how'd you do?
I got 10% more read of this mafia romance, so I'm at 80% now.
Nice.
But this one I have to read with only my eyeballs because there is no audiobooks.
I do feel like I do better on my Kindle without an audio. I would rather read on my Kindle than a physical book, I think. But yeah, I think that's why I love reading ARCs, but sometimes I put off reading ARCs because there's no audio.
I have two that I need to read this month, and I'm just avoiding them like the plague.
Oh yeah, I have a lot. The first two books that I read this month were both ARCs, thankfully. So I could review those, but I'm going to an event at the end of the month with a couple of authors that thankfully I have the ARCs that I can read the books so that I know if I want to buy them for the event. But it means that I have 3 or 4 more ARCs that I have to read by the end of the month.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I'm I did this to myself, but
I just don't do a lot of eyeball reading anymore because I work from home, and most of the day I can just listen to audiobooks while I work, so that's most of my reading time.
Yeah.
So trying to knock these ARCs out is a pain.
I feel that struggle. I also work from home, and I just take breaks to read physically sometimes, but yeah, my eyes just don't do it anymore. I don't know I don't know what happened, but my brain only works halfway if I'm just using my eyeballs.
I feel that.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, I looked at the book looks so cool, but it's so expensive to get it shipped internationally.
I found it in a store here in the US, but it was $50.
Yeah.
Still, and I was like,
Yeah, $50 for one book is still just a little high, but it looks really cool, and I wish that I could get it. I might still think about it, but I just didn't even know it existed, so it was really cool, even just to look at it. Hello, welcome. I will probably do one more sprint, but yeah. So there's going to be at least one more. Reading Phantom by Greer Rivers, a perfect choice for this month. I hope you're liking that one. 88 pages into the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I've been seeing so many things about this book. I think this is the one that I've been seeing in the last 24 hours. I've gotten every, I don't know, every 10th TikTok or something is about this book. I'm like, what the heck?
is it a cozy mystery? It sounds like a cozy mystery.
I think the one that if this is the one that I was seeing like everything for, I think it's a spicy romance.
Oh.
Because the videos I was seeing about it were people who are like, this does not look like it looks like it should be a cozy mystery, and that's what's throwing people off. They're like, I don't think that the cover matches the content. Like, you think that this is going to be an innocent book, and it's like not. Maybe this is not the one that you're reading.
Oh, no.
But
Well, I mean, if it is, it does say a spicy, spicy, spicy small town romance. So
okay,
but it looks like a cozy mystery,
right?
Like the cover.
Because I think there's 2 books.
Wild.
Like I think there's a second book that goes with it or something, and they look really cute. But people are like, this doesn't like. Yeah, it's the problem with the marketing of like, you shouldn't. Yeah, like don't judge a book by its cover, but like you should be able to know that a book is going to be like safe, like spicy or not.
Yeah.
So, but I hope you're liking it. 88 pages is pretty good. 20 pages that time. Had to let my dog out one last time for the night. Very nice. Very nice. Finished horror movie, 5 stars.
Ooh.
Amazing. This makes me so excited. Listening to an anthology called Nine Tales. Not sure about it. I mean, with an anthology, at least it's like hopefully got some different things in there. But it depends on if any of them are interesting or not. Hi, Carly. Carly, what are you up to? What time is it for you? It's like the morning, right? Or no, is it? It would be. Wait, no, is it like 1 p.m. or something like that? I forget. I at some point I knew the conversion and now I forget.
I can barely handle the time differences here.
Honestly, yeah. Like yeah, I think it's 13, is it 13 hours ahead or something like that? So is it the morning? Is it late morning or early afternoon? I can never remember.
Yeah.
Jumping away late, miss a lot of these friends because of work. That's okay. Glad that you're joining. I sometimes do try to do like daytime sprints if my work day is slow, but it's hard because occasionally my boss likes to call impromptu meetings and then I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Reading isn't happening, just existing. You know what? That's life sometimes. That is life. And you're existing in the Outback, so that's fine. Made it to 93%. You are so close. I'm so excited for you to finish. I picked 2 Read Now arcs from NetGalley that were sequels to books I hadn't even heard of. Amazing. I love that.
Sounds like you have 4 books now.
I have done that before. And then I feel really guilty because I'm like, I'm clearly not going to be reading this in the time frame that they want because I have to read something else beforehand. But
they should make it more clear. NetGalley is really vague on that.
Tell you on NetGalley, it doesn't tell you that it's like book number whatever, and then you find out after the fact. It's like, oops. But I hope you end up liking them if you are like gonna read the first ones first. I feel that there's too many books on my Storygraph TBR that will take forever to get to because audio just doesn't exist for them. Yep. Yeah, and like I've, a lot of my reading schedule is dictated by my Libby holds and like when the audiobook comes in for it, which then causes like everything to dramatically change. Like my plans never stay the same because I'll get an audio that I'm like, oh, I've been waiting like, 6 months for this. I don't want to like delay it anymore. So my plans never stay. It's 12:20 in the afternoon, 14 hours. Add 2 hours and swap the time of day. Okay, that makes sense. Wait. Yeah, I feel like in my brain I'm always trying to do the mental math and then I always get it wrong. At one point, what was it? I was like, oh, it's 14 hours, and then I like the time that I said it was like 16 hours different. I'm like, how did I even do the math wrong? Because I forgot that it's a 12-hour clock. Like I don't know. My brain sometimes doesn't do clock time well.
Life is hard.
Yeah,
or I'll subtract the time when I'm supposed to be adding it. And like I live in Arizona and we don't do daylight savings time here.
Right.
So it's even more screwed up because sometimes we're the same as one time zone and then sometimes we're not. And then
like sometimes sometimes East Coast is like 1 hour off. Sometimes it's 2 hours off. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know. I love that conversion is so easy to just Google and figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
But this is helpful. Adding 2 hours and swap the time of day. I will try to remember that. But at least it's like a decent time for you and you're not up at like 1 a.m. like sometimes.
Couldn't do it.
Started to read and then we celebrated my stepmom's birthday. Very nice. Happy birthday. My Best Libby library finally expired and now I actually have to use Hold. It's brutal. Sad. That's so sad. I mean, I still have, even with my best libraries, I still have really long holds sometimes depending on the book. But I have like it, but it's always that problem where all the holds come in at the exact same time. And then you're like, well, I can't read 6 books in one day. So now what?
I was like rushing to finish one a couple days ago. I was like, I have to return this in 4 hours.
When the clock is ticking, you're like, don't talk to me. I have to finish this book.
Leave me be.
Yeah, I had that like a couple months ago, but the book, I thought that I was going to make it in time and it took the book back and I had like 30 minutes left of the audio and I was like, I hate you right now. Like,
did you at least have the physical so you could
I did.
finish
I had
it?
the ebook with it, so like it was fine. I could finish the book, but I was so mad. I was like, I was trying so hard to finish it in time.
I like will get the ebook a lot, but like or the audiobook a lot, but then not have the physical book. So if it takes it back mid-book, I'm like, well, now what?
Yeah. Thankfully, the first books were available on KU, so I'm reading both of them and hoping to finish before the archive day. Oh, very nice. That is, KU saves the day sometimes. It really comes through much. But yeah, I hope you end up liking them, especially because you got those NetGalley reviews you can do. I have a bunch of ARCs and ALCs to get done the first half of the month. Yes, I'm so bad. I love ARCs and I try so hard, but sometimes you don't realize, and then you're like, all these books come out on the exact same day, and there's no way that I can read all of them. I had like 2 or 3 ARCs that all come out on the 10th, and I was like, there's no way I'm going to get to both of them at this point. Like, I didn't realize how many I had that came out in the early, like the first week and a half of the month, and I was like, yeah, no. Sometimes it just does not work. I think you thought it was yeah, I think I did the math. It was like, yeah, if it's 10 o'clock, I was like, oh, 12 hour, like 14 hours from now is like, you know, that's 12 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know. I did something really ridiculous. You know, base 10. I was like, you know, it's just a 10-hour clock. No, it's not. I felt very dumb after that, but it's fine.
Look, sometimes the math just doesn't math.
Nope, it does not. Life is hard, and then you add in math. So true. So true. It was a legal library, so I can't just fake it to get it back. That's so sad. Is it because you're like out of the country right now? Like it's one that you can't, because that's really sad. It was one like the 700 horror audio and almost no wait time. Oh my gosh.
Must be nice, man.
Let
me tell you, living in Phoenix, my Libby hold times are awful.
You will always be reading things 3 months later.
If I'm lucky.
Yeah, I have like The Philly library is really good, because that one, like, you can get the Philly library card just for having a PA address. So I don't have to live in Philly to have that, and it's really nice. And it has their catalog is really big, and they do have a lot of copies of things. But it is, because it is accessible to anyone with a PA address, like, the holds are still kind of intense on some things.
Yeah.
Like, they're not nearly as bad as some of, like, some other systems. Like, my local one, there's, first of all, their catalog is not that intense. Like, it's not that widespread, but also they only ever have, like, maybe like 2 or 3 copies of a book max. And so, like, yeah, you could be waiting months for a single book. It was one from when I lived in Florida. You have to renew in person. That sounds about right. But that's so sad that it was your best one and you can't get it back. I am sad for you. Readers everywhere are grieving for you.
Mm-hmm. Because Libby is rough sometimes.
A lifesaver, but sometimes. Okay, I think I might do one more sprint, but I think I'm gonna make it a half hour instead of 45 minutes, just because it is getting later and I don't know how long my brain can sustain reading.
You're good. Yeah, it's much later for you than it is for me.
Yeah, 10:30 is not that bad, but by the time it gets to be 11, like,
Brain shut
yeah, my
off.
brain will be starting to shut down. So I can push through another half hour and get some good reading time in, but I think beyond that,
I think she's done. She's checked out for the evening.
so cute. I love that. My mom is grieving the loss as well. She keeps asking if I've gotten it back. Oh no. Sorry, Mom. For her own use. That is fair, but that's even more sad knowing that both of you lost it.
Right?
The worst. Okay. Well, we will go into our final sprint here for 30 minutes, and I will see you guys later. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. How did you do for that sprint? I'm at 124 pages, which is 38% into Apprentice to the Mill.
Not bad for just starting it tonight.
I know, just like it's again like a very easy read. Even when I'm like only half remembering the first book. So yeah, definitely a fun time and a nice book for when my brain is at half capacity.
I only got like 5% read. I don't know what I was doing. I was reading, but apparently not. Staring at pages.
Sometimes it happens, you know? I hate that though. Like that's one of the I feel like it's worse on Kindle whenever you can see the percentage crawling and you're like, really? I've been reading for 10 minutes and that was 1%? Are you kidding me?
It's like I don't understand. I swear I read that whole time pretty much, but like I don't know what I read.
Nope, I feel that. Let's see here. Hello, welcome. Sorry you ended up jumping in during the last sprint, but I'm glad that you made it. Finished 5 stars. Yes.
Yay.
I love this. I'm so happy for you. I knew you were going to do it. You were so close this whole time. Joining late, but hi. Thanks for popping in. I DNF the anthology and I'm starting to gaze upon wicked gods. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. I have not read this, but it's been on my TBR for like the last 2 months and I just keep failing at reading it. I keep delaying my audiobook. Actually, I had the audio and I let it expire because I didn't have time to get to it. So I have it from one of my other libraries coming eventually, hopefully soon, but I have no idea. So I am looking forward to your thoughts to see how it is. I haven't really heard like very many people actually talking about it.
Yeah, I haven't really heard anything about that one.
Got groceries and a frozen Coke waiting for the bus back. That sounds amazing. I love like slushy like frozen drinks. I love them. And the Coke ones are my favorite. I got a Coke Icy on Tuesday. I went with my sister and my dad, and Lexi went with me, and we went to see the new Twisters movie in 4DX.
Oh.
And I had already seen it in 4DX, so I knew what I was getting into. And it was like, it's a life-changing experience. Like I cannot.
I saw it normally, but now I want to go see it again.
It was like, I think it might be like done tomorrow or something because it came back for like a very like 1 week only kind of extension because it was 4DX like a while back, but then, or at least at the Regal that we've gone to, it was in 4DX, but because they have like a timeline of what movie comes next, like it only had like a week and a half or something that they were showing it, but the demand was so high that they brought it back.
Yeah.
And they adapted the original Twister movie also for 4DX. So we got to see
cool.
the double feature of both movies with the 4DX effects. And like, I will never be the same. Like, I don't know how to watch either of those movies ever again without somebody standing behind me and like shaking my chair because like
That's great.
experience was so good. And I feel like they made it even like more intense than the last time I saw the new one. Like, I think they turned the dials up and said, let's shake these people up even more.
They want it, they're getting it.
Right. Like, and I want it. I loved it. But like, I seriously think I got whiplash from the original one. Like, it was so, like, we're like tossing out of our seat. Like, it was insane, but
That's
like
amazing.
a life-changing experience. I wish that there was a way to like bottle up the feeling in the moment and just like relive it forever. It was so good.
Well, I have a question for you then,
Yeah.
having you seen it twice. Because I think either I missed it or it wasn't explained. How did these kids end up with Dorothy?
It was like the next, so in the original one, they only have Dorothy 1 through 4. And in Twisters, they have Dorothy 5. So it's like building on like the invention already exists, and they're using the like technology that was created in the original one. And so like it's kind of
But the
where
one
like
they had was a piece of crap. Like it was old and busted. They
it
kept like having to beat on it to get it to work.
I think that was just like the latching mechanism, but like I guess I don't know how a bunch of college kids would have had access to that kind of thing.
I was
I
just
really
so
I
confused
really
as to how
don't.
they got it.
Um but it's also like it could have been like through their school because it was probably relatively close to where I don't know geography of Oklahoma. Um but like I wonder if there was some sort of connection to like how you know, like the school that they were at that
Well,
would have
the
had.
first movie was in Kansas, wasn't it? I thought it was in
I
Wichita.
I don't think so. Wait. I think it
I
was
have so many Twister questions.
I know. I was like I just saw it and now I already can't remember. Um I genuinely can't. I think the original one is also Oklahoma, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Either way, I like they did not explain how they get access to Dorothy. It's kind of like that whole thing where they're trying it's not a true sequel, but it's also
Mhm.
not like a remake because it builds on like the existing technology, but they don't ever reference the characters or anything from the original one. So like the assumption is just that the technology exists, not necessarily that like it's a rare thing or like they don't ever talk about how it came to be.
Well, it's such a big time jump too from
Mhm.
like in the story itself, not
Yeah,
just in real life, but
right. Yeah, definitely. So it's yeah, but I truly love the new one. Like I love the old one and I always will. I watched it far more times than a child probably should have been watching that kind of a movie. Um
that's always been one of my favorites.
yeah. And so like when the new one came out, I was like there's no choice but for me to go and see this. And um I would watch it, you know, maybe not weekly, but maybe weekly. Like it's so good. Like it's a feel good movie for me now. Um, I was interested in the book when I saw you mention it for years. Might try and work it in this weekend. Yay! I hope you end up liking it too, since it's gotten 5 stars now. 7 hours left of the audiobook. Hopefully, I'll finish tomorrow. I believe in
Mhm.
you. Is a frozen Coke any different than a Slurpee? Either way, it sounds so freaking good, right? Like those are my favorite drinks. Like I used to get them all the time when I was younger, like every summer. And now that I'm an adult, I was like, you know what? I can just go get this. Like when you're a kid and you're only allowed to get like a treat when your like parents will let you. And now that I'm an adult, I was like, I can go treat myself to a Slurpee
Whenever
any
I
day I
want.
want. And I do. Made it to page 100. Amazing. It's the same thing. It's just for McDonald's. Oh, okay. Yes. Those do taste pretty good. Not feeling it. I'm only 2% in, and that could be leftover feelings from the anthology. Yeah, maybe you need to take like a rest from so, like give your brain a break for a minute. Um it could be the book though, so who knows. But I hope I hope that it gets better. I can get one here for $1 if I order on the app. So I always get one when I get groceries since it's right next to it. That is so genius. I love that.
So cheap.
4DX, do the ushers come around and smack everyone with a cap on the fan? I wish. Well, it's funny because like I saw the movie twice in 4DX. My sister saw the movie she also went with me to see it the other day. It was her 5th time seeing it in 4DX. That's how powerful this movie. Like that's how good
she's
this experience
dedicated.
Is. Like, yeah, her and her friend like literally 5 times that they went to see it. And I don't blame them. If I had the theater was kind of like a far drive for me, so like it's amazing that I made the trip twice, but like if it was closer, I would absolutely have gone more often. But in the 5 times that they went to see it, the time we saw it on Tuesday was the first time that one of the like theater employees came in and gave like a mini introduction of like how to deal, like basically it to me it seems like somebody must have made like spilled something or like had some sort of accident or incident, because they were like, the movie you're about to see is like 4DX, so the chairs are going to shake, make sure your lids are on your drinks, and if you have like food, like if you have popcorn, you want to eat at least a third of it before the movie starts, because otherwise it will go all over you.
That's fantastic.
And like, yeah, like it's that kind of thing that's like somebody must have spilled on somebody and they have to like make these announcements now. But he also made a joke before he walked away, and he was like, also, whoever has seat whatever, your seat is broken, so I'm gonna stand behind you and smack your head around a little bit to give you the effect. And like,
gee, thanks.
so funny. The theater wasn't even full, so like even if there was a broken seat, like you just move to another one. But no, it was truly amazing, and I did enjoy watching Lexi die. Like she was she's like gripping onto the seat while it's shaking and like trying not, she was next like on the end where like there's a stranger on the other side of her, so she doesn't want to be like hitting into the other person, so she's like leaning towards me and like gripping the seat. Absolutely hilarious. But like we're all laughing at ourselves and laughing at each other for our reactions. It's like just the best. I've seen the original Twister a few times, but not the new one. I love the original one. I could quote it. Like amazing. And the new one lives up to everything. Like it is like the perfect non-remake, non-sequel. Like it pays its respects to the original without trying to duplicate anything.
Yeah,
and, like,
it was its own thing.
Like, yeah, I love it. Twister took place in Oklahoma. Wichita is Oklahoma. Okay.
No, it's not. It's Kansas.
Is it?
I've been there.
I know they were in Wakita, which I think is like that was the town that the aunt lived in that got hit like, towards the end. So I don't know if that is different. I don't know if they were in Wichita. I don't know.
I guess we're gonna have to rewatch it again. I don't know.
It's like I should know this. I just saw it, but I don't. I honestly, it wouldn't be surprising that like things that I would have noticed normally went completely over my head because I was too busy getting like whipped around.
Shaken?
Literally. It probably is my brain. I'll start it tomorrow. Yeah. Definitely try again and see if like a different timing works better. $1 is like 70 cents US for any size. That's amazing. Enjoy those prices. I love that. I think I'm thinking of Wichita Falls, which is also not in Oklahoma, but Texas.
Oh, maybe. I think the Wichita Mountains might extend into Oklahoma.
Okay.
Maybe. I think they're over in that general direction.
It takes place in Wakita, Oklahoma. Okay. Yeah, I know, like, that was the name of the town that they go to, like, the aunt lives there, but I was like, I don't know where they did have to drive there, so I wasn't sure how far away that was from, like, some of the other places they were, like, sticking around, but I didn't know if Wakita was considered Oklahoma or not. I don't remember if they said that very much.
Yeah,
It
I
does.
don't think they really talked about locations much in the first movie, like
Mm-mm.
besides where the ant was.
Yeah. Which, like, is fair because they're all over the place. It's like montage of like them just
Yeah,
like
running
going all
around.
over. Twisters was like a substitute teacher in science class movie. That you watched that in school? You watched that in your I'm jealous. I don't think we ever watched Twister.
We watched all the Mission Impossible movies in science in middle school. Well, all the
What?
ones that were out at the time, obviously. That was a long time ago.
We did not watch cool movies in science class.
My science teacher was super cool though. He like would shut down his classroom for a month and he set up like we'd go into a different teacher's classroom to watch these movies and he set up a Mission Impossible in his classroom. Like blocked out the windows, everything. Like and you had to go in and like crawl through like laser beams and like figure out combination locks and stuff.
You
It
had the
was so
coolest
cool.
school. You had the coolest science teacher.
He was amazing.
We did not do that. I don't remember
Yes.
what we watched. Oh,
And we did like a
I
cave
remember
trip.
chemistry. We had one substitute in chemistry and we watched the evolution of dance video on YouTube. That's all I
Interesting
got.
choice.
That's all I got. It had nothing to do with science. I don't know what we were supposed to be doing that day. Making s'mores on the I don't know, something weird. Who knows? I did indeed. That's incredible. We did not. We did not watch Twister. But like it would have made my life because I had an unhealthy obsession with natural disaster films specifically, but like I loved tornadoes and I almost went to school for meteorology because I wanted to be a storm chaser when I was in high school.
I still am obsessed. I like watch them on YouTube.
Yeah. Like it's a problem. I genuinely like when I was doing my like college searching and stuff, I had like full like applications ready to go to schools for meteorology. And then one day I had like this enlightenment moment of like I don't want to have to do the science and math in the background. Like in order to get there, I have to do so much science and I don't like the like calculative kind of no, that's not for me. I couldn't
Also,
even
like
calculate the
storm
clock earlier.
chasing is so seasonal. Like,
Right.
what do you do if that's what you want to do? What do you do the rest of the year besides the
Mhm.
like 2 months where there's storms?
True. I am jealous of the people that get to do it. I also don't live. I would have to travel. Like I would have to move to that area to like we don't get tornadoes around here.
Yeah. I used to live in
So
the Midwest, but now I'm in Arizona where we also don't get tornadoes. So I would have to move back to the
yeah.
Midwest.
But I would love to I like want to travel there at some point. Like the morbid part of me that's like I want to go there during like the season to witness it for myself because like yeah the like messed up part of me has always wanted to live through a tornado, which I know is like terrible because they are so destructive, but like I've
But
always
they're so
wanted
cool.
I've always wanted to live through a tornado. It's never happened.
Have you ever watched that guy on YouTube? I think his name is Reed Timmer. He
Mm-mm.
like built custom cars, like you know how they customize their truck in Twisters. He has a
Yeah,
car called the Dominator that is he drives into tornado, like he just pulls up and parks in the tornado as it's just going over his
he
car.
is a tornado wrangler.
He
So he's
is
shooting fireworks
like
into
a
it too.
real he should. He takes off his shirt. Screams the whole time. I don't know. It's wild.
So they modeled the movie after him.
I think he like saw the original movie and was like, yes,
I'm gonna do that.
that's what I'm doing with my life. So now there's like this whole string of cars. Like if you just Google
Yeah.
Dominator Storm Chaser vehicle, it's wild looking Because it's like made to be low to the ground so that the wind can't come up under it and pick it up.
I'm gonna end up going down like the rabbit hole of like looking through this stuff now.
You're welcome.
It's gonna be great. I can't wait. Forrest Gump was a classic history class movie. You guys watched Forrest Gump?
What?
No. What? Yeah, we were not watching. I think the best movie we watched in high school was Life of Pi. Maybe. Was that even out yet? I forget what year the movie came out. We read the book. I feel like we probably watched the movie with it. We did not have good movies.
Yeah, we sure weren't watching, but we watched Mission Impossible, so I guess I can't complain, but
we didn't even watch good movies in college either. Like my science class, the only movie we ever watched in college was Gattaca, which was a good movie. Ethan Hawke was fantastic in it. But like that is not one that I considered, like that's not Forrest Gump like Twister level movies.
Yeah. I don't think I ever watched any movies in college.
Take up a week if they had nothing to do. That's true, I guess. That's true because classes were like super short. And by the time they actually got it up and running, you really were like watching like 3 or 4 days worth of a movie. I just don't remember, like I can't think of any movies that we would have watched in high school. Like I'm sure we did. Like I know we watched things, but nothing was memorable enough. And I certainly would have remembered watching Forrest Gump or Twister.
Yeah.
Love Gattaca, but totally agree. It's such a good movie. I didn't appreciate it when we were watching it because it's one of those like we were all forced to sit through it. I think I'm the only person that stayed awake during it, honestly. But I ended up like I was fascinated by it. Like I thought it was really good. But it was also like it was an 8 a.m. class, so we're literally, and it was like a 4-hour course too. So it was like we were sitting there for the entire movie and just 8 a.m. Not the time.
No. Nope. I would have went right back to sleep.
Yep. Gattaca was in my science class too. Yeah, like that one feels more appropriate for a science class than Twister. But also, I would have picked Twister any day. All day, any day.
Yep.
Amazing. Well, it is 11:30 for me, so I'm getting kind of tired. I think I was like thinking this whole time, like, do I do another short sprint? But I think I'm gonna bow out for tonight because I'm tired. But there are more sprints tomorrow night. So make sure to keep an eye on the Discord for the link to that. I forget, is it Crystal, I think, that has them tomorrow?
I believe so. Let's see if I can just find it quickly, but probably won't be able to find it quickly because I want to.
Yeah, I think I want to say it's Crystal. And if I find it, I can throw the link into.
Those are all stuff scheduled for next week. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Crystal.
Yeah, anyway, just keep an eye on the Discord. The link will be in there for sure. It's 11:30. Yeah, it's late, and I unfortunately have to work tomorrow. I'm literally going to bed, but hello. Hi, Maggie.
Us too.
Destroy everyone's stuff.
You know me.
Encouraging.
Just here to cause chaos.
Always. Always. I love it. The chaos is so fun, though.
There's been so much chaos today, too. Like
we're 5 days in, and I feel like we've been through it already.
Yeah, that's true. And there's still so much more to go.
Yes. Oh my
I love it, though. That's what makes these fun, is when people like actually do things and don't just like hoard points and
Yes. Just a dash of chaos.
Just a little.
Just a dash. Okay, well, everybody make sure to go follow Steph and tune into the Readathon, and oh, it will get crazier. Great. I can't wait. I said earlier today, I was like, you know what? If the auction is this week and nothing is scheduled for next week, I know Maggie's not going to leave that. Like something's coming. I don't know what it is. I'm certainly afraid, but I know something's coming. Be vicious. Yeah. Good night.
Night.
Thanks for popping in. And on that note, good night to everyone else. Thanks for joining. Happy reading if you are going to keep going for tonight, and we'll chat some more in the Discord. But for now, bye.
Bye.